and seeing more hits. I'm better hop on the jet. The way that I'm taking off in the ozone, in the ghost, feeling like Jango Fett. Designing my body with black and white diamonds. The city thought I was a ref. The way I be living my life, I be lifting the world. It's only my first set.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we have the Star Wars Attack of the Clones Jango Fett Legends in 3 dimensions bust. At least that's what it says on the website. The box just says Jango Fett half scale bust. This one came out at the very end of 2023. I believe it shipped to my house on December 28th or around that day when I got it. I pre-ordered it when the pre-order was available. This is made by Gentle Giant, distributed by Diamond Select Toys. This one is available for $200. Alright, let's take a quick look at the box. Has the Jango Fett half-scale resin bust with an image of the bust on the front. On the side it says Legends in 3 dimensions, Jango Fett. Then it has a little description on the back here. This is kind of hard to read, but I will go ahead and read this for you really quick. It says, in the final years of the Republic, Jango Fett was regarded as the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. A proficient marksman and unarmed combatant. Jango Fett was covered in a sleek armored suit that concealed his scarred face. His combat gear featured an arsenal of weaponry, including retractable wrist blades, a snare, dual blaster pistols, and other more exotic tools of the trade. In combat, Jango used his harnessed jetpack to gain the advantage of speed and height over his enemies. The backpack also carried a nasty surprise. An explosive rocket could be launched from it. For interstellar travel, Jango traveled aboard his well-worn starship Slave 1. This approximately 10-inch tall half-scale bust of Jango Fett is based on his appearance in Star Wars Attack of the Clones and features a high level of detail and exacting paint applications. It is limited to an edition of 1,000 pieces. Mine is number 128 out of 1,000. And then it says, see the full line on the Gentle Giant website. Nothing on the bottom. Same little Legends, I don't know, graphic here on the side, and then just the Star Wars logo on the top. Inside, it just comes packed in like a foam packaging. Then I have my card of authenticity. Mine is number 128, which matches what's on the box. Then they have a card just with more Gentle Giant products listed inside, and then this is my shipping kind of receipt that came with it as well. So yeah, that's what all that stuff looks like. I don't really know why they say it's Legends, because this depiction of Jango Fett looks just like he does in the movies from Attack of the Clones. So I don't know if this is just a part of some like Legends line that Gentle Giant is doing, and Jango Fett just kind of got included in that. But if this is the same Legends that's like Star Wars canon and Legends, then this could totally fit in with a Star Wars canon representation of Jango Fett as well. But you know, this might mean something different other than like Star Wars Legends. It might just be a cool name for the line of busts that they're coming out with. Alright, and then taking a closer look at the figure here, I do like the base. The base is styled like a building on Camino. And I really like that all my other busts don't have anything like that, of like a movie specific or accurate reference to like a something else in Star Wars. Usually it just is a generic black base, which is fine. Those look fine, but this is just kind of a cool detail. The renderings of Jango of this item had little antennas on the side of the bust, but that's not included in the actual figure. On the box, there's a very small detail of the antenna. Bust is made of resin, and so a little tiny resin piece like that would probably be easy to break off. So they left it off. It's fine. It's not a big deal to me that that's not on there. I still think the The base is cool, the way how it came out. I like the overall bust. I like the kind of curve they did right here for the front. I think looks nice. And then this one comes with kind of partial jetpack. I like it. I think they included just enough of the jetpack and they kind of cut it off in a way that doesn't look too weird. I kind of like that they included the jetpack instead of just leaving his back blank. This is his Geonosis jetpack, which is the smaller of the two that he uses, so it kind of makes sense that they would use this one. And then you may have noticed they included the dent on his helmet in this one, which would also be more accurate to his Geonosis appearance, but he actually does have the dent in some of the scenes in Camino. I want to make a video on that, on his helmet dent, because it's kind of inconsistent. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. There's like a CGI rendering of Jango Fett that's seen in the movie too, and sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. But for this bust, they decided to include the dent. So since they decided to use the Camino base, the jetpack doesn't really match to that, because this is the jetpack he wore on Geonosis, but the base is depicted from the city on Camino. So that doesn't really match. I guess that's not a big deal, but I guess if they wanted to make it more screen accurate, or whatever word you want to use for it, they would have maybe given it a Geonosis base, or the Camino jetpack he wears with the bigger missile. There's good weathering across the whole figure, on the helmet, on the body, on the jetpack. There's weathering everywhere on this thing. Very light weathering, which is nice. I kind of like Jango Fett to look a little bit more clean and pristine, not too weathered. I wish his flight suit would have been more black. It's kind of like a gray color, and I wish this was darker. The helmet looks good. In person, I don't think you'll be able to see it in camera, but in person you can kind of see the brush strokes from whatever they used to paint the helmet, which is fine. You can only really see it if the light hits it at the right angle. And then with these two lines on his helmet, you can kind of see this was a little bit messy. It's not very straight. It looks like somebody did it by hand, and it looks a little bumpy and not, you know, it just looks a little bit messy. So I wish that was a little bit cleaner, drawn on a little bit better. It has no articulation. The rangefinder, the viewfinder, does not go up and down. It just stays where it is. It looks a little bit more straight up than the rendering, which I like. And I like the pose they gave him. He's kind of looking down into his right, I guess, which I like. I think he looks pretty stoic and pretty awesome posed this way. And it says it's a half-scale bust. I have the Sideshow Jango Fett life-size bust, which is 1 of 1, and this is a 1 of 2 scale. And at first glance, it doesn't really look like it's half the size of my life-size bust. But if you maybe take some closer measurements and stuff and compare them, maybe it actually is half. I don't really know, but just looking at it right off, it doesn't really look like it's half of the full size. It looks smaller to me. And then on the bottom of the bust, we just see the trademark, manufactured by Diamond Select Toys, made in China, and then the 128 out of 1,000. It's pretty heavy. It's got some weight to it. It's kind of hard for me to hold with one arm extended this way. But that's really good. I think this will display wonderfully in my collection and in anybody's collection. It's a little bit bigger than the other Gentle Giant busts. I'm gonna pull those out and show you kind of side by side. All right, so here's the all of the Gentle Giant Jango Fett busts next to each other. They're all really nice. Like, I love all of these. They just look totally awesome. This new one definitely looks the most detailed and is probably their best ones so far. I think this one right here is still my favorite one. I just love the pose they put him in. Just looks totally awesome. And this one has an interchangeable head. You can get the unhelmeted version and you get the face of Tomoya Morrison. But if you want to see these ones more, I have another video. It's my All Jango Fett Busts Part 2, where you get a closer look at all of those figures. But I just wanted to where you get a closer look of all of those busts. But I just wanted to give you a look of the new one next to all of the old ones. The new one is much larger, but still has that same quality and feel of a normal, like, gentle giant product or gentle giant bust. It seems to be, these two seem to be the most similar in terms of like look and material that was used. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed getting to see the figure up close. And I hope you enjoyed getting to see the bust up close and some of the details and my thoughts on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, what you think of this bust, if you've got it, if you're thinking of getting it. Let me know. I love to read the comments and hear what you guys have to say. So until then, we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.